I still remember the sound of summer. Not a playlist, not earbuds, just screen doors, bike tires on pavement, and someone calling your name from 2 houses away. And the strange part is this: we didn't call it being outside. It was just life. Press play, and the past doesn't feel far away. If you're Gen X, your childhood had a default setting, outdoors. Not because everyone was perfect, not because the world was safer in every way, but because the day pulled you out of the house like gravity. And then, slowly, childhood moved indoors. Not in one dramatic moment, more like a long series of tiny decisions that added up to a whole new normal. In this video, I want to do 3 things. Take you back to what outside by default felt like, name what changed without blaming one villain, and share a few ways we can keep the best parts right now. Back then, the neighborhood was the main room. The house was where you ate and slept. Outside was where you lived. You had a bike that didn't need a charger, a scraped knee that didn't need a group chat update, a sense of direction built from landmark, someone's big oak tree, the corner store sign, the driveway with the cracked basketball hoop. And the rules were simple. Be home when the streetlights come on. Call if you're going far. Don't do anything so dumb that an adult has to drive somewhere in a hurry. Most days, you didn't need to schedule fun. Fun was wherever you found each other. You'd knock on a door. Not text. Not, "Are you free?" You'd knock, and someone's mom would shout, "He's outside!" And then you'd run to catch up. The games weren't polished. They were invented on the spot. One scuffed ball, one chalk line, one jump rope. A stick became a sword. A cardboard box became a spaceship. A curb became a finish line. And you learned things without anyone calling it a lesson. How to negotiate rules with people who weren't you. How to take a hit and keep playing. How to lose without quitting the friendship. How to read a room without words. You learned independence in small doses. You got bored. And boredom didn't kill you. Boredom opened a door. Because when there was nothing to do, you made something to do. And the creativity wasn't a skill, it was a survival instinct. Even the quiet had a shape to it. You'd sit on a curb and watch the sky turn orange. You'd hear sprinklers ticking. You'd smell cut grass and hot pavement. And your mind had space to wander without being pulled back every 10 seconds. It wasn't perfect, but it was spacious. Then the default started shifting. Part of it was real fear. Part of it was headlines. Part of it was the way the world got busier. 2 jobs, longer commutes, more traffic, less time to watch kids roam. Then came convenience. More entertainment indoors. More options that didn't require leaving the house. More screens that promised safe and easy and quiet. And little by little, childhood moved under a roof. Not always because parents wanted it. Sometimes because the neighborhood changed. Sometimes because there weren't other kids outside anymore. Sometimes because everything started needing supervision, permission, scheduling. Then the phone arrived, not just as a tool, but as a magnet. Now outside can feel like an activity you plan. A play date, a class, a sport, something you transport a child to, like a destination. And don't get me wrong, some of that structure can be great, but it changed one thing deeply. Kids lost the unsupervised middle space, the space where they learned to manage themselves. And adults lost something too, because when kids are always inside, adults are always on duty. There's no "they're out playing" exhale. There's only constant monitoring, physical or digital. There are three contrasts that stand out. First, movement. We used to move because the day demanded it. Now movement is something you have to remember to schedule. Second, social learning. We learned friendship in messy, real-time negotiations. Now, a lot of social life gets filtered through screens, where tone is missing and reactions are amplified. Third, imagination. We built worlds from scraps. Now worlds arrive fully formed, with rules already written. Again, this isn't a rant against technology. Screens aren't evil, but defaults matter. And when the default changes, the nervous system changes with it. So how do we keep the best of it without pretending it's 1987? We rebuild small defaults. Make 1 hour a day an outside hour. Not a big project. Just outside. Walk, yard, porch, park, even a slow lap around the block. Create a simple neighborhood ritual. Same time, same place, same casual consistency. Not an event. A pattern. If you have kids in your life, give them one kind of freedom with a boundary. A defined radius. A defined return time. Teach them how to be independent safely, instead of treating independence like a forbidden substance. And if you don't have kids, this still applies to you. Go outside without content. No podcast. No scrolling. Just the sound of the world. Because what we miss isn't only childhood. It's the feeling of a day that breathes. If you're Gen X and you miss that outdoor default, you're not just being sentimental. You're remembering a kind of freedom. Small, ordinary, and powerful. The world changed, but we can still choose moments that feel like open air. What was your outdoor ritual? Bikes until dark? Street hockey? Tag on the sidewalk? Drop your birth year and one memory in the comments. Subscribe to Gen X Reflections for more time capsule stories. Next time, we'll talk about the day privacy stopped being normal and started being something you have to fight for. Until then, go outside for 5 minutes, long enough to remember who you were. If this video hit you right in the memories, then the next one I am recommending below will probably have you nodding along too. Click it right now to watch.